Hey, how's it going everybody? So welcome back to another video, and for this one I'm gonna talk about everything that I've learned from 1 year of aim training. Stuff like what happens if you stop being consistent or like take a break. Is it like starting from the scratch or you'll be in the same level as you were before? And I'll also share my experience of what I think I did wrong and things which I could have done which would have helped me achieve that level of aiming even before. So yeah, just don't forget to subscribe and like, and now let's get right on into it. Right, so let's just start off with a little background. I started aim training on KovaaKs and it was to get better aim in Fortnite, and after that aim training became a part of my routine, and there was a time where all I did was aim training. Like every single day I was very consistent with it, and that was the same time when my aim and score went a lot better. So this brings me towards my first tip. The more time you put in aim trainer, the better will be the result and the more fast you'll see the improvement. However, if you're playing aim trainer in order to get better aim in a particular game, let's say Valorant, and you can't just stop playing that game. You need to play it as much as you did before, but you gotta have extra time for aim training before hopping into the game, which brings me toward my second tip, which is do aim training before hopping into the game, not after. Because if you do aim training before, you'll have some confidence hopping into the game and you'll perform much better. Trust me or not, this was the case with me. And now comes the third tip. You want to find your weak spot and what exactly you want to train before you buy a aim trainer. For example, for me, tracking was my weak spot, and that is what I really wanted to focus on and improve. And also, choosing what you want to train will also depend on the type of game you're playing. For example, for Valorant, you want to train your reflex, flicks, and your crosshair placement. So now I'll talk about what happens if you stop training your aim and then get back to it after a while. So this is what happened with me. I was training my aim consistently on KovaaKs, and after a while I had some other stuff to do. Then I just gave up aim training, didn't even bother playing any games or anything. I was just working on the computer, and once I was done with everything, I decided to get back into aim training, and it was like after a 1.5 month gap, and I'm not capping or anything, it's true story. So once I finally came back to aim training, I did some warm-up rounds and I saw that my score were exactly the same they used to be, and I even broke 2 of my high score, and it was really surprising to me because we all have heard that you need to stay consistent with something if you want to be good at it, which is true. But before giving up aim training, I have already achieved a level which I was happy with in aim training. Like my tracking became from worst to best part of my aim mechanics. So yeah, once you have achieved a level that you're really happy with aim training, you can give it up and just invest that time in the game you want to be good at. And later, if you feel like you really want to improve some more, then you can always come back and you'll be at the same level as you were before. So now let's just talk about some things which I did wrong over the years. So the first thing would be bothering too much or caring too much about what settings you're on. Like I used to think a lot about what if my FOV is wrong, what if I'm on the wrong sense, it's just gonna mess up my aim. The only thing you need to worry about is that you need to have a sense which is similar to somewhat what you play in the game. You can't play aim trainer on high sense if you play the game on low sense. That will actually have some effect on your aiming, but as long as you're playing both on low sense or high sense, then you don't need to bother about any other settings. Just do the aim trainers, get better scores, and you'll see your aim improving. That is what I have experienced. Like for different scenarios, I use different FOV and different settings just so that I could go for those high scores, and it doesn't affect my aim, it actually improves it. So yeah, thinking less and improving your average score more would be the best way to go. And now comes choosing the right aim trainers. So you can choose any aim trainer from AimLab, AimBeast, KovaaKs, it's your choice. All 3 of them will help you improve your aim, so don't bother thinking too much. If you're willing to pay, I would suggest you go with AimBeast or KovaaKs, and if you want free aim trainer, you're not willing to invest money in it, which is quite smart to be honest, then you can always go with AimLabs. I personally went with KovaaKs because at that time it was the only aim trainer that was like really popular, and AimBeast, I'm pretty sure it didn't even came out. So yeah, for me KovaaKs worked really well. Alright, so let me just quickly sum this video up for you guys. So the first thing you need to do is stay consistent for some time in aim trainers, and once you have achieved like really good score, you can just smooth in and don't really bother doing too much aim training. But in the starting, just do as much as you can. I would say an hour a day, because this will really help you to get better your aim faster, and after that you can just reduce that to 30 minutes once you have really good scores in it. And the second thing would be to choose your weak spot and then work on it and just focus on them whilst training your other aspects such as quick, click timing, reflex, tracking. For example, I wanted to improve my tracking, but I was also training my flicks as well as reflex from 1vol6 targets TE or jumbo tile frenzy and maps like that. And the third thing is to not think too much and just do the aim training and improve your score, considering that you're on the right sense. And finally, when it comes to choosing aim trainer, just go with any of the three which I told you, and that's pretty much it. If you do all this and give it some time, then you'll have insane aim. And yeah, this was the video. Hope that it helped you. If you have anything to ask, then feel free to do so in the comment section below. I'll reply as soon as I can, and thanks for watching.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see